Hello, my dear friends. You're in the RFR News channel, and today we will discuss the situation in Ukraine on the Russia-Ukraine war. We have a lot of very interesting updates today about the Russia-Ukraine conflict, significant number of details, geolocations, and so on from the Ukraine battlefield update, and we have more details about specific substation that was attacked. The Chaikin substation, a high-voltage facility operating at 330, 220, 110, 35 kilovolts, was hit in recent enemy strikes as part of ongoing attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, so this is very important substation. The damage to this substation has led to significant disruptions in power supply, particularly in areas served by it, including communities in Kharkiv and surrounding regions, so significant impact on power supply. This attack is consistent with a broader Russian strategy targeting Ukraine's critical energy infrastructure to undermine civilian resilience and create hardships as winter approaches. So once again, this is strategic campaign, not random attacks. These strikes often involve coordinated missile and drone attacks aimed at transformer substations, thermal power plants, and transmission lines, severely affecting electricity generation and distribution, something like this. Following the strike on the Chaikin substation, Ukrainian energy officials and emergency crews have been conducting urgent repair and restoration work amid ongoing threats. The disruption contributes to widespread power outages, which complicates civilian life and military logistics in frontline regions. And we have additional details about Donetsk blackout. Several explosions caused a major power blackout in Donetsk and nearby Russian-occupied areas on November 13 and 16, 2025. So this is continuation of strikes we discussed earlier. The strikes targeted electric substations, including the Chaikin substation and the Donetsk metallurgical plant, resulting in a citywide power outage, affecting over 3,100 electricity consumers in districts such as Voroshilovsky and Kievsky. So we're talking about more than 3,000 consumers without power. Videos and social media reports confirmed the blackout and showed extensive fires, so we have visual confirmations of damage. The attacks have left temporarily occupied Donetsk, Yasinuvata, Makiivka, and other towns without electricity, severely disrupting civilian life and regional infrastructure amid ongoing conflict, so multiple cities affected by these attacks. The Ukrainian armed forces are suspected of carrying out these operations targeting key energy facilities to undermine Russian control and military logistics. So this is part of Ukrainian campaign against Russian logistics. The scale and intensity of the strikes caused automatic shutdowns of numerous transformer substations and set fires to industrial installations converted into military bases. Restoration efforts are ongoing but complicated by continuing hostilities and security risks. Now, let's talk about attacks on occupied territories, because there have been several simultaneous strikes targeting substations throughout the Russian-occupied territory of Donetsk region, resulting in widespread power outages affecting a large portion of the area, so this is coordinated attack on multiple substations simultaneously. These attacks are part of an intensified campaign against critical energy infrastructure that has been ongoing through November 2025, so this is systematic campaign from Ukrainian side. Multiple substations, including the Chaikin substation near Makiivka, and others serving key urban centers such as Donetsk City and Yasinuvata, were hit almost simultaneously, so we're talking about coordinated strikes on multiple targets. This caused the automatic shutdown of numerous transformers, leaving thousands of electricity consumers in the occupied territories without power. The strikes also led to fires and significant damage at industrial facilities, including the Donetsk metallurgical plant, further amplifying the blackout. The scale and coordination of these operations indicate a systemic strategy to disrupt electricity supply and cripple logistics across the occupied Donetsk region. So this is not random attacks, this is systematic campaign, something like this. The attacks have worsened humanitarian conditions amid winter and ongoing military confrontations. Russian-backed local reports acknowledge the incidents, emphasizing the disruption and challenges in restoring full power amid continual threats. Now let's discuss energy situation in Kharkiv region in this Kharkiv direction update. The Balaklisk and Iziumsk communities in the Kharkiv region were left without electricity following enemy strikes, according to reports from the Ministry of Energy of Ukraine, MVA. So another attack on energy infrastructure. These strikes targeted critical energy infrastructure, including substations and power lines, resulting in extensive outages, affecting thousands of residents, so thousands of people without electricity. Emergency power outages and hourly shutdown schedules have been implemented in the region to manage the limited power supply, so authorities are trying to manage limited resources, something like this. The situation in Kharkiv remains particularly challenging due to its proximity to active conflict zones, with ongoing Russian attacks aiming to disrupt energy and heating supplies as winter approaches. So Russians are targeting energy infrastructure before winter, which is strategic approach. Let's talk about Belgorod region. In Maslova Pristan of the Belgorod region, explosions were reported following missile and drone strikes attributed to Ukrainian forces, so another attack on Russian border region. On the 8th of October 2025, a missile attack hit the village, resulting in 3 civilian deaths and at least 9 injuries, with emergency teams searching for potential victims trapped under debris, so significant civilian casualties. The strike caused considerable damage to residential buildings and a community sports facility, with some rooftops and walls severely affected, so damage to civilian infrastructure. More recent drone attacks have continued into November 2025, causing ongoing damage and power outages in parts of the Belgorod region, including Maslova Pristan. So these attacks are continuing, something like this. Local residents reported loud blasts and damage to infrastructure, such as garages and vehicles. The governor of Belgorod region, Vyacheslav Gladkov, confirmed multiple drone attacks causing injuries to civilians and damage to property throughout the region, so we have official confirmations from Russian authorities. Now let's talk about potential Ukrainian attack on Russian plant. The Zinkum plant, located in the Kursk region of Russia, is reported to be under potential threat from UAV approaches, so Ukrainians might be planning attack on this plant. This plant produces zinc-related products that are critical for Russia's military-industrial sector. While officially it operates in the civilian sector, the Zinkum plant's output is used extensively in defense applications, including galvanizing steel and creating defense-grade alloys, which are vital for military production. So this is dual-use facility, something like this. Zinc is a strategically important metal in Russia's defense industry, with plants like Zinkum and the Chelyabinsk zinc plant rapidly increasing output to meet the military's growing demand amid the ongoing conflict. So this is important for Russian military production. The use of zinc concentrate in the production of galvanized steel supports the manufacture of vehicles, weapons, and other military hardware, so attacking this plant would affect Russian military production. Reports of UAV threats targeting the Zinkum plant highlight the strategic value of such industrial facilities in the regional conflict, reflecting Ukraine's focus on striking at Russia's defense supply chain components. The plant's security and operational status are critical for sustaining Russia's military production capabilities. Now let's discuss attacks on Russian city of Oryol in this real Ukraine war update. On the evening of the 13th of November 2025, multiple explosions were reported in the Russian city of Oryol. Local residents heard loud blasts, and a fire was reported near the Oryol Thermal Power Plant, TPP, which is a significant energy facility in the region. The regional governor, Andrei Klitschkov, declared a missile and drone threat, with reports of incoming strike drones from the Bryansk direction. Russian air defenses reportedly shot down 6 strike drones over Oryol during these attacks, so Russians intercepted some drones, but not all of them. The explosions caused damage to infrastructure, with reports of debris falling onto residential areas, damaging cars and balconies. Videos of the aftermath circulated online, showcasing the fire at the power plant and the damage caused. The Ukrainian armed forces later confirmed that they carried out missile and drone strikes on Russian territory, including the Oryol TPP, using domestically produced weapons such as FP-5 Flamingo and AN-196 Lyuti strike drones, so Ukrainians officially confirmed this attack.